Hello and welcome back to Space Engineers. My name is Rabenschild, and one of the worst things you can do in Space Engineers, in my opinion, and not worse. It could be always worse, but one thing I really am struggling with is staircases. I never get staircases right. I know that there are a lot of mods for that or something like that that give you cool looking staircases or something like that, but if you want to do it with the vanilla blocks basically, then you have to opt for these long windy things here. And yeah, if you at least have high room ceilings basically. So I will have to add another staircase here. It's so sorry to start the video that way. I'm not coming out of being sick, and today my doctor said no way, you're not leaving the house, and that's a good thing. So I took out a bit of time to build a bit more and said that's a good time to record. And then I slept for hours. No, everything's fine here, at least when I'm sitting down and when I'm, yeah, I ate some, I don't know how that's called in, we have a thing here that's called Zwieback. That's very, very hard bread, and because I have digestive problems, let's say it that way, my doc said no, tea and Zwieback, and that's really hard, really dry bread. I will leave out more details, but again, I had a bit of time to build. That's a good thing. So you can see this flat thing here that I've built. It is an encased hangar. You can see it's open to the world, and we already talked about it. There's the gravity system by Secton, and I had the idea maybe I could use the other force field that is visible. This is the invisible force field. Problem with that is, and I think Wolfing also talked with me about that, is that the visible thing, he thought both were impassable, but it's only the visible thing that is impassable. So we will have to go with an invisible force field, or I will have to completely change mods here. I will test the other one. Wolfing also had a good idea, or not a good idea. He suggested a different force field mod, but this one is passable. That's a good thing, and you can see we definitely have a room with oxygen here. So we can take our helmet off in here, and we are still open to space. That's a good thing. We will take a look at these two in a sec, and we will have to decide which one I will take. Maybe you have an opinion on that. So I just closed this room basically. There's no other things done in here. I didn't straighten out these walls, and that's all stuff that will happen. What I also need is some connections to hook up ships to, and I had finally, or not finally, I came to the conclusion, but what I definitely need is some kind of universalize my ships a bit, because if I want to have a system to dock ships to in here, then I definitely need to find out where to put connectors and all that stuff. Standardize. That's the word I searched for. Standardize. Yeah, my ship's docking to the station in here, basically. I definitely need to standardize where to put connectors in and on ships. So this might work out very well. So I could put a connector somewhere, don't know, a bit higher up, and then just dock the thing to it. But on the other hand, on the other hand, it would be nice to find a way to have it similar on each ship, at least the bigger small ships, basically. So I could do something on the ground for this ship, and if I could convince myself to do stuff like that, then maybe I could do it on all the ships similar to this. So have something on the bottom of the ship to dock to stations or something like that. We should think about something like that, and so I don't have to have a different connection for every ship that I bring in here. So this one will need something wall attached, and this one has no connection at all. And in the future, we should definitely think about standardizing our systems, getting an industry standard going. At least I'm German, so we have stuff like that, industrial standards for everything, and maybe we could bring that into Space Engineers 2 for docking ports and all that stuff. So this ship will be modified in the future. I downloaded an armor thrusters mod, especially basically for this ship, to make it look a bit nicer, and maybe I can add some more thrusters to it. This one really goes on my nerves because the Rabbit worked out so nice, and for some reason now it flies like a brick. So let's take a look at doors and airlocks. What I have here is a mod called Shoe Airlocks or so. Let us take a look if we can find it in here. I have a lot of mods. I have I cleaned out and got rid of here, Shoe Ray Airlock Bundle. He also has some elevators in here, and that's a thing that got suggested by one of you. Right now I don't have the name. Oh, I need to write down stuff like that. But the idea is good. I'm not sure about the design, and we will have to decide together, or I will have to decide, you will have to leave comments on that or something like that. He also has some elevators in here. That's a neat thing. I should have tested instead of making walkways. We could do that in the near future. So these are just doors. That's stuff I like. I'm not sure. This is a bit too futuristic for me for some reason. But we have these iris doors here, and these doors that just partially open. These have a cool feature. You see that? There's a Space Engineer shaped hole in the middle. Give me a sec. Yeah, you can see that. A Space Engineer shaped hole, and it automatically closes. I'm a big fan of the automatically closing feature. This, I don't know, this hole in the middle is... I'm not sure. I would like doors to automatically close for me. I know I could use timers or something like that to just close them whenever they are open. But this has it built in. This one doesn't. Iris doors in my opinion, are at least for doors inside of ships completely unnecessary, because they don't know, they take up more space around the door than that than it is really necessary. I don't know. I These look really really spacey with the handles and with these shapes on the sides and all that stuff. I'm not sure if I really like these doors. I wanted to test them, and I will have to test the elevators. We can maybe set up one in a second. So, and mainly it was suggested for this airlock, and I have the other airlock here. We will first take a look at this one. Basically, I asked you to give me suggestions for airlocks, one block airlocks, where I don't have to set up anything, just the airlock, and then it works. Here we have the shoe airlock basically, and it opens after a while when I click. It should at least. And then I can go in. It automatically cycles. Basically, I shouldn't say basically so much. Why are you... Okay, now it opens. You heard the noise, the bringing air in, or vacuum. It's hard for me. Getting the air out, basically, to not waste any air, depressurizing the airlock and all that stuff. It works nice and it does a good job, but I don't like the shape a lot. Maybe you have an opinion on that, and so the problem now is that I told you what I don't like. Now you will have to convince me that, because it doesn't fit into the theme. This one works in a similar way. It closes one door, opens the other. It doesn't have the refined making noises and all that stuff. It doesn't close automatically, but you can see it works too. And you just press it again, and then it should cycle. Thanks. And it does the same. It doesn't let out air, and it prevents the room from getting depressurized. I think this one fits a bit more into the theme of Space Engineers, so I like this one more, although it doesn't have all the nice features this one has, with opening, then closing again, then making noises and all that stuff. But this one doesn't really fit, in my opinion. So I would always go for this one. You will have to make arguments. Maybe someone has an argument for this one that is completely so convincing that I can't tell anything against this airlock anymore. Good. Okay, yeah. We could test one of the elevators. Maybe that's a neat idea to do. So maybe even I start the episode by being not nice to stairwells, and then I just build elevators again. So I didn't change a lot down here. The main thing I'm doing is closing the station, and then maybe setting up some airlocks to the outside. And I want to do some work with docking ports next. I want to work more on the shipyard, finish that up, so that we can start to build ships in here. Sorry for it being dark. Now it finally, the sun basically went down. Now I'm waiting for it to get back up. You can, sometimes you can see the passing time because the last time I think we still had a bit of light and now it's gone. There's hours in between this. Okay, good. And we will have to refine the outside a bit more. You can see that at the moment it starts to be blocky and gray again, and I need to definitely break that up and change it a bit and maybe add some things to the outside to make it a bit nicer. Good. Okay, let us set up one of these 2 elevators. At least he might be, or this mod might be, yeah, good for elevators, and we can, ooh. What's the top and what's the bottom here? Is that? It's not high enough. It is stuck in the ground. Can we have 3 stories or 4 blocks, I think? And then we have one of these. Is there a higher one? There is no. Yeah, then we have a problem here, and we I think I built it the wrong way around. Could that be? Elevators are not really happening here. Okay, it goes down automatically. So we would have to build one, and then it automatically goes down, goes up, and I'm not sure about this. It's so bad to take a mod and then and then not being nice to it. I kind of like it, and again I think I've built it the wrong way around here. I think it's definitely the wrong way around. So the glowy thing needs to be up, I think. Yeah, that's better. Maybe if I have it the right way round, then this thing works a bit better. It's not high enough for our purposes here. That's a bad thing, and I think we would need to go even higher. You can see that it seems. Is this off? Could it be that this? Oh, can you stack them? Or why is this one open? It's the cabin that's in there. So let me open this up, and now we go up. It goes floor by floor. That's not a thing that I really need here, especially because here I have empty flooring in the middle. So I would have to... Yeah, it would have been nicer to plan this out. Then this might work, but now it doesn't. So there's no problem with the mod. It's just a problem with me having built the wrong way. So I can't work with this thing here. The design is similar to the doors, I would say, a bit more spacey or more science fictiony than the stuff in Space Engineers itself. So I'm not completely convinced. It's more of the design. The fun thing is, now I have to turn off my. Do I have to turn off my nanite control because it constantly builds this thing? Come on, be faster than the nanites. I can't be faster than the nanites. So let me let me figure this out. This is just the worst thing. Oh, do I need to connect this? I need to connect this to have the. Oh no, I have a connection already, so I could get rid of the. Ooh, I could get rid of the sorry. I could get rid of this conveyor here. I thought I need to connect this up to have a connection to the rest of the base, but I could connect it from below. So I think that works out a bit better. Maybe having maybe establishing a connection from here. This works out. Good. Sorry for getting distracted here. I need a container, and I will need to turn off my nanite controls. Good people. I think that's all for today. We tested out the shoe elevators, and yeah, you will have to give me an opinion on the airlocks. I will do that in a second. Give me an opinion on the airlocks. I tend to use, or I want to use these, make arguments maybe why these are cooler. I will ask you, maybe I will just ask you, and you can, again, maybe someone has an argument why these are so much better than these. Good people, thanks for watching. I hope you liked the episode. It is a bit, again, it's a bit chaotic at the moment, but I hope you liked it anyways. And if you did, then please leave a like on it. And I hope to see you in the next episode. See ya, guys.